Hello and welcome back to the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 playthrough, and today we are starting off with Sky Chase. Very, calming, I guess, in comparison to, what is not only to come, but what we just played, obviously. Metropolis Zone, being Eggman's base, all that, or so I presume, and, that was filled with a lot of frustration for me and a lot of other players as well. I find Sky Chase to be pretty calming. A lot of people don't like this, actually. I don't know. I think it's fine. I think it's pretty inoffensive. I think if it didn't exist, I don't know. I don't think I'd really think that differently of the game or whatever. I don't really think that negatively or positively of it. I just think, you know, it's cool, I guess. It allows the player to, well, I mean, although no one really does this in a video game, but it allows the player to reflect on the journey thus far, and I think that's a pretty cool thing for a 1992 platformer with no dialogue, and just no cutscenes, period. Not even, like, subtitles to illustrate what they're saying, but how this works is you control Sonic, who is on the front of the plane. If you walk right, the plane will go to the right of the screen. If you walk left, the plane will go to the left of the screen. Hold up, it'll go up. Down, it goes down. And there will be enemies that you have to destroy. We don't have to destroy them necessarily, but there are going to be enemies there, and obviously, you know, typical Sonic thing. You don't, or you get hit by them, you lose rings and you take damage. There are future iterations of this. All in all, I don't hate any of the iterations of Sky Chaser. A lot of people hate, like, the Sonic Adventure version, which I never really understood. I mean, I can understand hating the Adventure version, but, never really the Sonic 2 version, because I found it pretty inoffensive. And here we have Wing Fortress Zone. Tails and the Tornado Ace got shot right down, and Sonic continuing on his own. So, obviously, I mean, you can put two and two together. Eggman's big ol' airship. Yeah, a lot of people don't like this level, because they don't like the vertical platforming. I never found it to be... I think a lot of people exaggerate when they say it's, like, vertical platforming. Like, obviously, you work your way up, but it's not, like, anything necessarily foreign to what you've been doing in Sonic 1 or Sonic 1 or Sonic 2. Like, when I think of vertical platforming, I think of the, like the Rising Lava segment in Hilltop Zone. I think of something like that. That's what I think of when I think of vertical platforming. Now, maybe my definition is different to, like, everyone else who actually describes this level as vertical platforming, but yeah. Right there, special stage, and I could not care less about it. By this point, I had 5 Chaos Emeralds, I believe, and this was on my original playthrough. That's why the score is so high again, as compared to it being, like, next to nothing in Metropolis. Or at least in Metropolis Act 3. But yeah, I don't necessarily hate this level. I don't hate it. It exists. It's like the same with Sky Chase. I actually think it's pretty climactic. I think it does a lot better job of being climactic than what they tried to do with Metropolis Zone, because Metropolis Zone, or I get the impression that they were trying to be super climactic with that level at the very least, and I think it fell flat, because that zone straight up wasn't enjoyable. I think Wing Fortress, it can get frustrating, but I don't think it's for, like, the wrong reasons. Like, there's enemies that you literally cannot dodge. I think that, I mean, there's challenge here. It's not like, you know, it's not like unreasonable stuff. And they got me with that little trick right there, so the classic Sonic games have a decent amount of those kinds of tricks, and right here, that time, it just straight up didn't even work correctly. The first time, it launched me over the bottomless pit into the platform. I think I died, like, a few more times, because I'm like, alright, let's just go. And then, like, I'm like, alright, maybe let's try building up some more speed, like the spin dash or something. I don't know if it works on how much speed you have built up, or whatnot, but I tried spin dash jumping and I was successful, jumped over, you know. I don't know if those things work on how many, or how much speed you have built up, rather, but, I don't know. I was very confused when I got launched off the edge, because I was like, that's not supposed to happen. And, I mean, it's not, because, I mean, you can clearly see the first time I got, launched over where I was supposed to, and then the second time I just didn't. One thing I will say about Wing Fortress Zone, though, is the first time I played it, I kinda got lost at times. I didn't get lost this time. I pretty much knew what I was doing the entire time, but, it's not like that one section of Metropolis Zone where I had that very obvious, point of go this way, and then I just ended up getting lost anyways. And here is the boss fight for Wing Fortress Zone. I found this boss to be interesting. It was weird. I did die here. So what you have to do is you have to use those little platforms to hit the little thing at the top when it is orange and blue. When it's not firing the laser, basically, that's when you can hit it. But you have to use the little spiky platforms to go up to it, or to make your way up there. But you have to be careful because obviously the bottoms are spiky, thus they would do damage to you. Which makes it a pretty big juggling act between dodging the spikes, timing your hits, and as you can see, I died right there. Because, yeah. Thank God, though, there's a checkpoint right there. I mean, as are with all the bosses in the Act 2s. Even though this isn't even really an Act 2, this is just how it is. And, I don't remember how many attempts it takes me. It might even be just 2 attempts. I have no clue, if I'm being honest. I don't remember. But, it was this is only, like, my second, third time maybe getting this boss. Because, I mean, when I was younger, I'd never really got near the end of, like, any of the classic Sonic games. But, yeah, I found this boss interesting, to say the least. I didn't hate it. It's not like one of those bosses like the Misty Cave Zone boss, where I thought the boss was just terrible, period. It was a unique boss. I'll give it that. I don't really know what to think of it. I think it's pretty inoffensive, if I'm being honest. Obviously, it functions like all the other ones in the sense that, you know, it hits. But it's just harder in the sense that there's a lot of juggling that you have to do here. And so, that's the boss. That is Wing Fortress Zone. I tried to see if there was a little extra goodie over there, even though that wouldn't really make much sense considering that was the boss. That was the end of the level. But, Eggman is taking off in his little rocket, but Tails comes back with a little rocket of his own attached to the tornado, after being shot down, mind you. And this is an automated sequence that lasts like a whole minute. So, and this part here where Sonic is holding onto the rocket, this lasts like 20 seconds. I'm gonna be honest, when I was before I actually started commentating this, I was thinking, what the hell am I gonna say during this portion? And I guess, I mean, whatever. But, after that, you're brought to the Death Egg Zone. This isn't a level, not like the Sonic 3. But this is a pair of bosses. So first you have Silver Sonic, or Mecha Sonic, Metal Sonic. A lot of people call it Silver Sonic, but I don't know, I heard it's actually called Mecha Sonic, and this was their original concept for Metal Sonic and Sonic CD. He's pretty easy, as you can see right there. You can get like an easy 4 hits on him right at the start, and then in that little second part you can get an easy 4 hits as well. But this is what people really have challenges with. This is the final boss, and much like the final boss of Sonic 1, I almost said Sonic 2, and Sonic 3 like at the same time, but just like the end of Sonic 1, you don't have any rings. And if you die, it like that's it. I feel like it wasn't that easy to die in the boss of Sonic 1. If you just dodge the little electric balls, then I feel like that boss was super easy. Like if you could just do that fine, because the Crusher blocks weren't gonna kill you all that often, or at least that's how I found it. This boss can kill you a decent amount of the time. This boss can really be difficult. You have to do perfect timing. I feel like a lot of people will try to bum rush it and just get a bunch of hits on him, but his hands, the spiky hands, they do damage to you. And a lot of people don't like how the hitbox works or whatnot, right? But, I don't know, I feel like if you know what you're doing, this boss can even be pretty easy, but for first-time players, like my first time playing this boss, it was pretty rough, I'm not gonna lie. It didn't go well. But I mean, once you have a strategy in place, which my strategy is just, when he's about to go up, hit him, because he brings his hitbox down, because you have to hit him in the torso. Then, when he launches up, you go all the way to the right. When you see that he's about to go down, which the circle in the middle will go red and yellow, that's when you go to the left. If he launches his hands at you, stay over there, and then go to the right when you hear him going back up. If he doesn't launch his hands at you, and you can hear his footsteps, you go over to be able to hit him when he is about to go back up. This is, yeah, I think it's pretty climactic. I think it's actually pretty cool that he basically built a robot in his image. Not even just, like, enslaving the animals like he was, but it's, like, literally a robot version of Robotnik. I mean, like, his appearance and all. But, I mean, you didn't need me to tell you that. And that is it. And the death that this explodes behind Sonic, and I'm gonna leave you guys with the ending. And that is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I'm not gonna lie, maybe I've been a little bit negative on this game throughout the playthrough, but I love that ending, the one where you actually don't get all the Chaos Emeralds, because it really shows the camaraderie between Sonic and Tails. But, I mean, other than the ending, yeah, I mean, that was Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I don't think it is as good as its predecessor, but it's certainly not a bad game by any means. I think it can still be enjoyable. I mean, I'd personally give it like a B grade, somewhere in like the 70s out of 100, but it's not necessarily one of my favorite Sonic games, let alone 2D Sonic games, but hey, I don't think it's half bad. I think some of the levels in this game are really fun. The first few zones, I think Oil Ocean is a pretty good zone. The climax of this game is amazing. Definitely tops the climax of Sonic 1. Especially considering the fact that it was a 2D sprite-based game with no cutscenes, no dialogue, not even subtitles to illustrate dialogue. But yeah, all in all, pretty good, I'd say. Pretty cool. Yuji Naka and his team did a great job. Well, yeah. Yuji Naka and his team did a great job. So, that is all for me. That is all I have to say. This has been the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 playthrough. I'm gonna leave you guys with the remaining, 55 or so seconds of the credits, and, yeah. Like, subscribe, share, and, yeah, I will see you next time.